Welcome back to Old Charles. Today we are talking about the Hong Kong 20-cent coin from 1978 and why this small coin has become interesting for collectors around the world. Many people have this coin in old collections, coin jars or inherited sets, but they do not realize that some of these coins can have collector value depending on their condition, rarity and demand in the numismatic market. The Hong Kong 20-cent coin of 1978 was issued during the time when Hong Kong was still a British colony under the rule of Elizabeth II. Her portrait appears on many Hong Kong coins of that period, and it represents the historical connection between Hong Kong and the United Kingdom. Coins from this era are popular with collectors because they reflect an important period in the history of Hong Kong before the transfer of sovereignty to China in 1997. The 1978 Hong Kong 20-cent coin was produced by the government of Hong Kong, and it was made for everyday circulation. Millions of these coins were minted and used in daily transactions such as transportation, shopping and small purchases. Because it was a circulating coin, many examples today show signs of wear, scratches and fading details which can affect the value. This coin has a unique shape that makes it very easy to recognize. Unlike many round coins, the Hong Kong 20-cent coin has a scalloped shape with curved edges that give it a flower-like appearance. This distinctive design helps people quickly identify the coin, and it also makes it attractive to collectors who enjoy unusual coin shapes. On the front side of the coin you will see the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II facing right. Around the portrait there is an inscription that identifies her name and title as the Queen. This design was commonly used on many British colonial coins, and it symbolizes the authority of the British Crown during that time. On the reverse side of the coin you will see the denomination, which is 20 cents, along with Chinese characters that represent the value in the local language. The year 1978 is also shown, which tells us when the coin was minted. The combination of English and Chinese text reflects the cultural and historical identity of Hong Kong. The coin was made from nickel brass, which gives it a golden color. Nickel brass is a strong metal alloy that resists corrosion and wear, which makes it suitable for coins that circulate for many years. The weight and size were carefully designed so the coin would be easy to carry and recognize in daily use. Now let us talk about the value of the Hong Kong 20-cent coin from 1978. In most cases, coins that were heavily circulated are not very rare because many were produced. A common circulated coin may only be worth around a few cents to about $1 depending on the condition. However, coins that are in very good condition can be worth more. If the coin shows clear details, bright color and very little wear, collectors may pay several dollars for it. Coins that are graded in uncirculated condition, meaning they were never used in daily transactions, can sometimes reach values between $5 and $15 or even more depending on demand. Another important factor that can increase the value is rarity and high-grade condition. Many coins were used for decades, which means finding one that looks almost new can be difficult. Collectors who want high-quality examples for their collections are often willing to pay higher prices. There are also collectors who focus specifically on Hong Kong coins or British colonial coinage. For them, the 1978 20-cent coin represents an important piece of monetary history. It reminds us of the time when Hong Kong had its own coinage system while still being part of the British Empire. If you have this coin, the best thing you can do is check its condition carefully. Look at the portrait, the lettering and the edges of the coin. If the details are still sharp and the surface looks clean, the coin may have. Financial and trade center. The currency system, including coins like the 20-cent piece, played an important role in supporting everyday commerce. These coins were used by millions of people for bus fares, small purchases and market transactions. The reverse side of the coin shows the denomination 20 cents along with Chinese characters representing the value. This bilingual design reflects the cultural identity of Hong Kong, where both English and Chinese languages were widely used in government and daily life. Coins from the 1970s like the 1978 20-cent coin are now considered historical collectibles. They represent a time when Hong Kong was still under British administration, decades before the historic transfer of sovereignty to China in 1997. For collectors today, the 1978 Hong Kong 20-cent coin is an interesting reminder of that colonial history. Even though it was originally made for everyday spending, it now serves as a small historical artifact that tells the story of Hong Kong's economic growth and political background during the late 20th century. Because millions of these coins were produced, they are still relatively common, but they remain popular among coin collectors who enjoy collecting world coins or studying the monetary history of Hong Kong. Coins like this show how even a small piece of metal can represent an important chapter in the history of a place.